And those proteins are critical because cells that do not or cannot repair DNA accumulate damage. One event happens, another event happens, and another. And cumulative damage can have combinatorial impacts on cellular function and survival, so that cells can become dormant, they can die or commit apoptosis, where the cell destroys itself, or perhaps in the worst case, particularly for eukaryotes, which have multiple cells, a single cell can be transformed. That leads to unregulated cell division, meaning cancer, and other types of diseases. So DNA repair is critical for the well-being of the cell and ultimately the well-being of the organism. The double-stranded structure of DNA, which lends itself to the repair process, simply uses the complementary strand for making the correction. It's not the same base, but it's the complementary base. So, as discovered when the structure was identified for DNA, you can read one strand's sequence by looking at the other strand. They're not the same, but they're complementary. So DNA repair encompasses a wide range of process. First of all, you have to identify the type of DNA damage in order to introduce the corrections that restore the DNA to its original structure. And there has to be, especially in eukaryotes, ways to signal other cellular systems when the repair is simply not possible to complete. That is, you want to say, okay, time to shut down the cell. And it's perhaps also not surprising that the rate of repair will vary by cell type, by cell age, by environmental conditions. There are a lot of signaling inputs into the repair process. So again, why is DNA repair so important? Well, in part, multiple human diseases that are inherited come because of repair defects that result in altered base pair changes. In addition, the central role of the repair process is reflected in the delay of the eukaryotic cell cycle in order to accommodate repair processes, in order to accommodate the completion of restoring the DNA to its original state.